You're listening to A Smart Stack with Maria LaChapelle. This is episode 12 of Dear Mrs. White Lady. Headline: A white lady says thank you. This is news. I wanted to write you a relatively short note to let you know that I've had 100 plus listens to my podcast. Perhaps not a major milestone for many, but for me, it's gold. If you've listened to Dear Mrs. White Lady, I thank you. If not, then baby, you are missing out. We talk about some tough topics, some historical, some brutal. I hope to give you space to think, make you laugh, sometimes cry. I take you along in my pocket and we talk. I love that. I love that even more than my torn copy of E. Cummings' unabridged works. Did you know he was arrested on suspicion of espionage during World War I? Yes, imprisoned over misunderstanding in letters intercepted by the French. And then years later, we learned Julia Child was a spy for CIA in World War II. Who knew? Getting back to our talks. I think I told you about the sourdough starter that my sister-in-law gave me during COVID. Yeah, how I was supposed to care and feed it, how I tried to pass off a 2-day-old starter as a living family heirloom. I was, of course, found out. You and I went down to the pier to catch blue crab. We had an oatmeal stout. I said that dolphins have the worst manners, always pushing up on you like the white lady who nicks the back of your heels in line at the market. I talked about a rooster named Theodore, my fox Penelope and her kits. I detail how a friendly text war ended in 18-year friendship. I've shared a cultural note or two on our field trip to the Asian market. Yes, Mrs. White Lady, the live eels are on reserve for Mrs. VIP Asian Lady. And the carrots and bok choy still have earth attached to them. A metaphor for spring. Sometimes we talk about random things. Whether my Swedish Mora clocks tick and tock are in beat. And to be quite honest, she's been running about 3 minutes fast every hour. We'll have to lower the bob, might need to reset the crutch. In a way, we wind a sort of hither and thither sensibility over here. I mix in a series of quasi-relevant word origin stories, an obnoxious grammar note, and a recipe or two for good measure. And you put up with me. Sorry this letter is so short. I want to go down to the pier to watch the egrets in the marsh. You come too. See you. Here's a quick look at the market. Basically, everything is bad. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is in free fall, closing today at 41,488 points, down nearly 2,000 points from January 20th. The USDA's website lists eggs now at $4.15 a dozen, and more than 400,000 people have lost jobs from Doge cuts. P.S. I'm trying to decide which recipe to share next. Would you prefer a mushroom duxelle with puff pastry as an appetizer, or something more elaborate? The photo below is of the pier in the Low Country. The photo is my own. You've been listening to A Smart Stack with Maria LaChapelle. This is episode 12 of Dear Mrs. White Lady.